You know the feeling, right? It's 5:30 on a Friday, you've just survived another week, your brain feels like scrambled eggs, and the absolute last thing you want to do is cook. So you grab your phone, pull up a delivery app, and drop 45 bucks on a pizza, telling yourself, hey, I earned this.
But what if that pizza isn't a reward? What if it's just one more cost in a long, invisible list of costs? Costs that are quietly siphoning money from your paycheck, and you don't even see it happening. Seriously, the shocking truth is, that job you think pays you pretty well might actually be paying you less than the kid flipping burgers down the street.
And the reason we miss this whole financial sleight of hand is, well, we're basically all committing a type of accounting fraud against ourselves. We get so excited about our salary, our revenue, right? But we completely forget to factor in the massive expenses it cost us to get that revenue. So today, we're going to do it. We are going to conduct a full forensic audit on your life to find out what's really going on.
Okay, let's start the audit. First things first, we follow the money. And this is so important because really seeing these expenses, all the cash you burn just for the privilege of having a job, that's the first step to actually taking back control of your financial life.
Here's the huge, fundamental mistake almost all of us make. I mean, think about it. In the business world, looking at revenue alone is how you go bankrupt. A company that sells $1 million worth of widgets but spends $1 million and one to make them, that's a failed business. But that's exactly what we do. We look at our salary as pure income, and we totally ignore the cost of goods sold. And what's the good being sold? It's your time. It's your life.
So these hidden costs, they pretty much fall into four main buckets. First, you've got the commute, gas, insurance, the wear and tear on your car, you know the drill. Then there's appearance, all the professional clothes you'd never wear otherwise, the dry cleaning bills. The really big one, though, is what I call the convenience tax. Those $5 coffees, the takeout lunches you buy because you're just too wiped out to make them at home. And then the darkest one, decompression spending. This is the money you spend to numb the stress of the job, the happy hour tabs, the impulse shopping, even therapy. So let's put some numbers to this. Let's say someone's making a respectable 65 grand a year. Okay, right off the top, taxes are gone. But then you subtract all those work-related costs we just talked about, that can easily be another $15,000 or even more. And just like that, that $65,000 salary has been chopped nearly in half. Your real take-home pay is actually closer to 35 grand. But believe it or not, that's only half of the story. Okay, on to the second part of our audit. Because just as we lied to ourselves about our income, we drastically underestimate our time. Let me just say it, the 40-hour workweek is a complete and total myth.
You see, your job doesn't start at 9 and end at 5. Not even close. Think about it. The time you spend getting ready in the morning, showering, ironing, all that, that's unpaid work for your company. Your commute, unpaid labor. Your lunch hour is technically yours, but let's be real, you're a captive audience. And how about all that time after work you spend just decompressing, complaining about your boss, or stressing about a deadline? All of that is what we call shadow work.
So when you add it all up, the prep time, the commute, the mental baggage, that 40-hour week balloons into a 55 or even 60-hour commitment. You are literally giving 20 extra hours of your life to your job every single week for free. Okay, this is it. This is the moment of truth. We've audited the money you're not really making, and we've audited the time you're not getting paid for. Now, we're going to put them both together to calculate the single most important number in your financial life, your real hourly wage.
And the formula itself is incredibly simple. You just take that much lower real net income we figured out, and you divide it by that much higher number of hours you actually work. This right here, this is the math that the entire system is hoping you're too exhausted to ever do.
So, what's the damage? For our friend making 65 grand a year, their real hourly wage comes out to a shocking $8.50. That respectable salary, it just evaporates. You are, mathematically, working for less than many minimum wage jobs. Now listen, this isn't meant to be depressing. It's meant to be infuriating. And more than that, it's meant to be a wake-up call. Because once you know this number, you have the antidote. You can take this whole calculation and flip it on its head, turning it from a depressing trap into a powerful tool for freedom. This is where we turn that gut punch of a realization into positive action. Knowing your real hourly wage totally rewires your brain. It changes everything about how you see spending money. A new pair of shoes isn't $100 anymore. No, if your real wage is $10 an hour, those shoes cost 10 hours of your life. 10 hours of sitting in traffic, of dealing with emails, of being away from the people you love. Are those shoes really worth it?
Suddenly, the answer becomes a whole lot clearer.
You have to start thinking about your life like a business. And a smart business owner, they don't just chase more revenue. They obsessively protect their margin. And what's your margin? It's the time and money you have left over after all the costs are paid. That little gap between what you really earn and what you spend, that's not just a number. That is where your freedom lives.
So, what's the game plan? Here it is, a simple 3-step action plan. Number 1, sometime this weekend, sit down and actually run these numbers. Be brutally honest with yourself. 2, write down your real hourly wage on a little sticky note and stick it right on your credit card. 3, the next time you go to buy something, anything, look at that number and translate the price into hours of your one precious life. I promise you that little bit of friction will save you more money than any budgeting app ever could.
In the end, it all comes down to this. You are the CEO of your own life. So you have to ask yourself, are you running a profitable, healthy business with a nice big margin of freedom and time, or are you running a low-margin, high-stress operation that's just burning through its only real asset, which is you, and is headed for a total collapse? The choice is yours.